Angel Garcia is shaping up to be one of the biggest frauds that I believe I've ever seen, man. I remember at one point when I used to like Angel Garcia. People used to tell me how they couldn't stand him because he talked so much shit. And I used to say, you know what? Nah, I don't have any problem with shit talking. That shit is entertaining. But you got to be able to back it up, though. And my opinion of Angel Garcia changed dramatically during the build-up to Danny Garcia versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero. That motherfucker Ruben had Angel shook to death, man. I just didn't understand it. I'm like, where did this guy come from? Where the hell is Angel Garcia at? He turned into a completely different person. He was talking about how he was going to stay humble and he didn't need to talk any shit. He just completely changed into a completely different man every time Ruben came around. Remember how we all thought the buildup of that fight was going to be entertaining because of the fathers? Ruben tried. He tried hard. But Angel went out of his way to suck all the entertainment out of the buildup by bowing all the way down. I mean, his forehead was touching the ground at Ruben Guerrero's feet. That's how far down he was bowing to Ruben Guerrero. The shit was disgusting, man. I remember during the weigh-in, Ruben Guerrero kept trying to get at Angel, kept trying to stare him down, and Angel kept stepping to the other side, placing his son in between himself and Ruben Guerrero. Go back and watch that shit, man. He was scared to death, man. He was looking like a little bitch, man. And I wouldn't call him that if he didn't run his mouth and act like he's really about that life. I would just say, hey, he ain't a bitch. He just ain't about that life. But he talks like he is so tough, as if we don't remember how he cowered in front of Ruben Guerrero. Now he's back to blog banging on Terrence Crawford. You guys had no intention of making that fight. And in my opinion, that fight is a nightmare for Danny Garcia. I could just look at the Lamont Peterson fight and tell you that. And I'm not saying that Terrence Crawford and Peterson fight the same. But it's just certain things, certain movements that I seen in that fight that lets me know that that fight is a disaster for Danny Garcia. Angel wants to run around defending his son, talking about it's okay for him to fight somebody in the top 100, top 1,000, because rankings don't mean anything. And we're also supposed to forget the fact that he's fighting somebody who got knocked out by Terrence Crawford. I mean, by Errol Spence, my bad. We're also supposed to just overlook that because he's supposedly going to fight Keith Thurman, which I'm not going to believe that shit until I see it. I'm not getting hyped for these fights anymore because just a month ago, there were so many exciting fights announced, and then just days later, they just disappeared. They just all fell apart. I'm sick of the emotional roller coaster in boxing. That's what this shit has become. So from now on, I'm not talking about fights until they happen, period. But he wants to call everybody a hater for calling his son a cherry picker. He built that reputation. All the fans didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, let's just call Danny Garcia a cherry picker for no reason. This is a reputation that he built. Nobody's hating for their observation of his cherry picking. Take Angel Garcia and get him the fuck out of here.